Hi, my name is Jerry Rodriguez. I am the Law Enforcement Business Development Manager for NICE. In my last video, I spoke to you about the many challenges that many of our investigators face during the collection of their evidence for their case. Today, I will be focusing on the challenges surrounding the analyzation of the collected evidence and how a solution software from NICE called NICE Investigate can help. As I believe many of you will agree, the collection of the necessary evidence for your investigation is just part of the overall process of putting a case together. Even if you do manage to collect all of the relevant evidence, the challenge remains to make sense of it, to analyze what you've gathered, and to be able to tell the story, the who, the what, the when, and the where of this incident. Doing so is often easier said than done. Today, investigators have so much evidence and so much digital content related to a particular crime that it could become overwhelming to manage, to view, and to make sense of all of that. I liken it to trying to drink water from a fire hose. Many of our investigators spend grueling hours trying to make sense and piecing together all of these unconnected pieces of digital evidence. Another problem investigators face constantly and need to overcome is that when they do find valuable evidence from a local store that captured the incident, the video will not play at the station. The reason for that is it doesn't have the required codec. Even worse is when you have multiple video sources, each requiring its own player or codec. As an investigator, I'm sure that you are familiar with many of these challenges, if not all of the challenges that I briefly mentioned. Fortunately, there is technology out there today that will help investigators put their case together, make sense of their collected evidence, enable them to review their video and audio without interruptions. That technology is NICE Investigate. You may recall in my previous video how I mentioned that NICE Investigate allows investigators a one source login. What I mean by that is, no longer will an investigator using Investigate have to sign on to the many different siloed sources within your organization to look for and gather information that's relevant. NICE Investigate also has a very powerful Google type search, which allows investigators to type in a phrase or a name, nickname, and instantly with the touch of one button, it'll search throughout all of the siloed sources and bring back any of the relevant or captured information. This includes prior reports, field interview cards, anything that is captured in your siloed sources that NICE Investigate integrates into. Let me give you an example of what I mean. Let's say you're at a homicide scene and one of the witnesses saw a panel van fleeing from the scene, and on the side of that panel van it read Joe's Plumbing. Wouldn't it be great to seamlessly search all of the related databases within your agency for any mention, any identification of such a van? Well, NICE Investigate's powerful Google type search will allow you to do that. Not only will you be able to search throughout the entire siloed sources, but any recordings, whether they're telephone recordings, whether they're videos, whether they're interview room recordings, or even the 911s, if there has been a prior call, that will be picked up. Equally important is NICE Investigate's visualization tools. In today's environment, using multimedia evidence, a detective is left with inputting CD1, inputting USB ports, in order to jump from one digital evidence to another. Something I believe is very, very vital, not just to us as investigators, but to the prosecution, is the ability to seam together multimedia evidence into one story, one seamless playback. What do I mean by that? You could put together the 911 call, the dispatch, CCTV, and any in-car body-worn video to be able to illustrate from beginning to end what happened during the incident without having to insert multiple discs. This is something that is completely new in our profession. In addition to the timeline view, you can view the collected evidence by date and time and location on a geocoded map. Really one more step that allows an investigator to really make sense and really analyze the gathered evidence and identify its meaning. I hope this video has been beneficial to you as I have tried to explain yet another challenge faced by many of our investigators as they try to piece together the events surrounding a crime. Don't forget to join me for our next video where I will discuss some of the challenges faced by our investigators in sharing their evidence with prosecution. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this session.